Tony, eventually, a great pleasure for me to be here and having the possibility to come up with the questions that everybody would like to come up with. So I know that you are dealing with some digital products since a while, but in this tour, there's been a significant improvement in terms of quantities and quality of devices that you are using from among our audio solutions. So can you tell us a little bit of history? Who introduced you for the first time, and which are the features that you had to have covered, and then you could successfully deploy and answer with our systems and our solutions?
Yeah, we did a bit of research. I was using a different front end for the EQ distribution to DOM. We were using Lakes for a long time, and I think I was using those for certain reasons: the coloration, also the functionality. But they just felt outdated, and I wasn't sure whether that coloration was still needed with the new, different PA and different environment. It's like, is this the unit that we're still after? Is it doing what we want to do? So I had a look on the market, see what was around, see what people are using, and there was only really one front runner, which was the Prodigy. The rest could do the jobs, but weren't necessarily great. But also, when we got in touch with you guys, or it was a Diotech product, it immediately ticks a box that you're going to get great support. It's a great product from Diotech. So that immediately, ticked a box. And then the functionality and actually using it and getting hold of it and having a play with it. I know we did a little bit of a Zoom, and I managed to catch some of it because I had another meeting or something. But immediately it seemed a good choice. But also, I think the first time I used it, I'm correct in saying, was iHeart Festival in LA. And normally Dan's mixing, and I look after Dan, so I'm sat here and assisting him. He had COVID. So I had to mix the show, and I didn't have me sitting behind me. And normally I'd look after the EQ for Dan, and so he can just concentrate on mixing, and I'd do the EQ system. But I had to do it myself, and I was sort of diving into the system which I'd never touched, never really used in anger, and I had the confidence to go in, use it when I was petrified mixing this show because I don't normally mix. And I just thought that gave you the gold star. I was confident to use it straight off the bat because its usability, and it sounded great, and it's just become a great tool and does what we need.
And I guess that probably from your point of view, being in your position of big responsibilities, you are, if I well remember, in the hierarchy of the technical stuff, the real interface between the band and the technical structure. Am I right? So you are the main guy connecting these two worlds, right? So if I were you, and then that I designed important projects all over the world, when you have that responsibility that everything must go in the right direction no matter what, I think that your concept of reliability is slightly different from the one that Dom described before, meaning that you really need to have a level of redundancy which is saving your show no matter what happens. 100%. Right? Yeah. So the fact that all our devices are keen on all the redundant aspect probably has been, another addition to the bunch of reasons why going in that direction. So reliability in terms of resilience and number of technical redundant aspect can save the unpredictable situation, or let's say not the standard, procedure, a clocking issue, a format, incompatibility, because you design something synchronous, but then something happened, and for some reason the signal is not synchronous any longer. Having the possibility to get through immediately with immediate reaction and to face those kind of unpredictable problems is, if I were you, and I've been in your position many, many times, of a paramount importance, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean,
everything has to be predictable. There can't be any unpredictability, because then you're a fish out of water. You have to know what's going on and what the movements are. And
so in your rack, you have both the Prodigy MC and the Prodigy MP, and I guess the Prodigy MC is because you needed lots of local IOs for your analog inserts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we tried different versions on the last tour, and it was sort of cumbersome, and it took up a lot of real estate as well, but
Yeah.
it wasn't as clean and practical
That's another
solution.
point. Exactly.
And again, real estate, what is it, 2 years, isn't it? And to have that amount of IO and what you need or what we need was great. And again, the functionality with GlobCon and the modular. So what do you want? Slot it in and you have it.
And then in this case, different from Dom, you are getting the clock from the same work clock distribution, which is clocking all the other digital equipment in front of us.
Yeah,
am I
correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So you have a clock generator for the entire system, including the optical rig.
Yes.
The consoles and all the other digital devices.
We have a master clock, and I mean that's a sort of another conversation. But we've ended up having a master clock, so that clocks all the backline, and then the optical loop, which does the Digico loop, and that's the clocking source.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tony.
You're welcome.
I look
thank
forward.
you for your
I will
products.
look forward to the show, and I look forward for our day off tomorrow, which is going to be another, very important, part of fun.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Nice one. Thank you.